don't know why my microphone be resetting. My bad, my bad. Appreciate it, Mark Nash. I don't know why my microphone just keep resetting, dude. It keep resetting. And I ain't hitting it or nothing. It did that a couple of times. So my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. I don't know, man. I was in the groove too. I was in the groove too, dude. I don't think I can find that groove back. I'm always multitasking, so I gotta let everybody know we live. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Trying to fit this shit in. Cause I really want to go to sleep. Play Call of Duty and go to sleep. That's pretty much what I want to do. But for the most part, I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about at this point, dude. I really feel like ending it, but I ain't gonna do that to y'all. Hold on. She got this house cooking, man. I swear to God, females be costing you fucking money. Put some fucking clothes on. Shit. They be costing you money. I'm telling you, dude, if you want to be a millionaire, stay single. Stay single. Appreciate it on Mark Nash. I wasn't even looking at Twitter. I just looked at it. But I don't know why my why my microphone keep resetting. It'll never do that. It just did that. Somebody probably been in my room. I'm going to keep it up. I don't know why I keep doing that. But yeah, apparently I don't even know where to start at. This African at my job said I wouldn't be worth 3 bananas in his village. Hey, way to humble these hoes, man. Way to humble these hoes. Way to humble them. These females then got beyond me. Real talk. They got more pride than dudes nowadays. Shout out to Gunner for getting out of here. I'm watching the video of him getting out. That nigga smiling. That nigga about to hop in the Maybach. He got a big ass booty chick. Her body fake though. I can already tell. The Maybach smooth as hell. He out of there. He out of there. He said I didn't snitch. He said I ain't snitch. It's a when you're dealing with local cases, locals don't have the juice that the feds got. The locals don't have that juice. I can tell you that right now. When I was listening to kind of what Bandman Kevo was saying, his case was similar. Yeah, the local authority, they ain't had no juice. I mean, Young Thug gonna sit in there for a minute though. Unless he snitch, he gonna sit in there for a minute. But yeah, when you dealing with locals and feds, y'all ain't never watched The Wire. You know what I'm saying? The feds ain't got shit. But I don't even know where to start off at, bro. I lost my groove and shit. But yeah, they was talking about how BLK Prime ain't paying ain't pay the fighters, and I guess whoever else was involved, and they was talking about how Terence Crawford gloves and stuff, and like I said before, the very same people that's preying on BLK Prime downfall is black people. The very same people that's preying on Terence Crawford downfall is black people. The black people who upset with BLK Prime only don't like BLK Prime because Terence Crawford over there. It's as simple as that. You know, and they got so much hate for Terence Crawford because Errol Spence don't want to jump in the ring with him. And even if it was Terence Crawford don't want to jump in the ring, grown ass man, he can make any decision he want to make. It's his life going on the line. He not depriving y'all of a fight. Y'all get mad at everybody but Al Heyman. Every time this shit come up, it's Al Heyman. If it's Tank and Shakur, if it's Tank and Devin Haney, if it's Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, I mean, you can go on and on with the number of fights. Manny Pacquiao, Al Heyman. Before Al Heyman got involved, the Pacquiao fight probably would have been happened. If Al Heyman never got involved, the Pacquiao fight probably would have happened. And Rick Glazer brought up the fact that Showtime was the one that forced him to fight. Floyd Mayweather didn't willingly fight Manny Pacquiao. Showtime forced that fight. The executives forced it. So every time Al Heyman involved, it's a period of wait. I mean, come on. Oscar De La Hoya didn't make Floyd Mayweather wait that long for an opportunity. But they get mad at everybody but Al Heyman. Al Heyman was got these niggas out here doing Shopify, Lyft, driving Uber. 90% of them, and that's probably being minus all Al Heyman money. Al Heyman paying them in PBC stock. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly. Most of them owe Al Heyman. Most of them out here dropping groceries up, picking up civilians, dropping them off where they got to go. Most of their cars and houses is leased and rented. Most of them borrow money against Al Heyman. Come on, who can go a whole year without working? Jeff Bezos don't go a whole fucking year without working. Bill Gates don't go a whole year without working. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep going on. Floyd Mayweather don't go a whole year without working. You know what I'm saying? All this because Errol Spence and Al Heyman don't want to get in the ring with Terence. Even if it was Terence Crawford, what do it matter? If he don't want to get in the ring with him? That's the best way to hurt him. Don't talk about him. Don't watch him. They talking about these gloves and shit. You know, Albanesian, he complaining about him? Don't think so. Bernie turned around and said he was in New York, but he said the other pair busted too. Then what you want him to do? I can see if the thumb was, came up, but then again, it ain't been too long ago since they started stitching the thumb, so you couldn't thumb people in the face. So the thumb. I don't think the thumb has been, stitched on more than 20, 25 years maybe. The thumb used to be unstitched. And out of all the people he needed Cheek versus Albanesian, somebody said, well, he never looked that big and strong. He looked pretty big and strong when he was beating the hell out of Sean Porter. So it's always something. You gotta understand why he said he'd rather go to the UK and fight. Because your own people don't like you. Why y'all don't like him? Because he dark skinned. But then again, y'all flip around and say, well, I don't understand why people don't like Deontay Wilder. Or I don't understand why people like Ronda Rousey don't like when Clarissa Shields doing it. And these very same people will point out this inconsistency about Deontay Wilder, or how Deontay Wilder treated, or how Tank Davis is treated. He going around saying he the most hated fighter and stuff. They'll point that shit out, but then again, them niggas be going home to Chinese wives and shit, white wives and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And every time you look up, Tank hating on the black fighter. If it ain't Timothy Bradley, it's Deontay Wilder. If it ain't Deontay Wilder, it's Terence Crawford. While he's sitting on his knees sucking Canelo's dick. And the other Mexican's dick too. You're talking about, I wouldn't mind if I signed to Oscar De La Hoya. Didn't he go on like Sway Universe and say that? So y'all want y'all point out that shit. Come on, why don't y'all point out that inconsistency? Come on. Why don't y'all talk about how Charlo and all the shit he did to black women, Jermell Charlo? Don't y'all want to open up that Pandora's box, do y'all? Come on, all of it is public information. So I really ain't trying to hear that, dog. Jermall Charlo been out the ring 2 years. Ain't nobody said nothing about Al Heyman. Earl Spence fought once last year. Terence Crawford ain't fought this year. Only reason Terence Crawford ain't fought this year is because of PBC, Al Heyman. Errol Spence fighting once a year. Y'all ain't saying nothing about that. Fuck happened to Jared Hurd? All the fights Al Heyman didn't make, ain't nobody got a problem with it. All them niggas borrowing money. They be on Twitter pump faking about they rental investments and they commercial real estate and be owing Al Heyman and be borrowing money from Al Heyman. Niggas be lying. You praying on a black company downfall because of Terence Crawford. And it ain't even the man fault. All the man do is want to fight the best. All he want to do is get in the ring with Errol Spence, and all they want to do is age him out. It ain't even the man fault. And even if it was his fault, so be it. When you got the right, like anybody else, to go into work or not go into work, you got the right like anybody else. Why the man can't have a right to fight or not fight? He moved on. People said, well, he didn't call out Errol Spence. What I'm worried about Errol Spence for? I just cleared $10 million. The other fighters didn't get paid. So be it. That's up to the promoter to pay the undercard. Hate to break that to you. That's whoever promoted the event. They pay the undercard. Now, if they got some residuals that come back from BLK Prime like they was tweeting out, and you got Fight Hype putting out reports and all this type of shit about it, like I said before, all them niggas in Al Heyman back pocket, but can't get Al Heyman to get in there and get him no interview. All them get on their knees for Al Heyman, right? But when Al Heyman put on a real event like Floyd and Manny Pacquiao, the majority of them get shut out. The majority of them get shut out. Right? And they sitting there begging and this, that, and the third. That's my problem. They sitting there begging and all this type of shit, pleading about what we didn't get in and all that type of stuff. Soon as Al Heyman give y'all a big fight and shut y'all ass out, y'all want to cry and complain. Y'all want to cry and complain. And like I continue, what does it matter? You know, especially if you didn't pay for the fight. What does it matter? Who got paid and who didn't get paid? Ain't got nothing to do with me. I can't file no class action lawsuit because so and so ain't get paid. What they got to do with me? If Crawford out here complaining he didn't get his money, guess what? Crawford did bad business. Not saying he is complaining, just using the hypothetical. Come on, they didn't make this big a deal when Canelo was stacking his raps. Come on, they didn't make this big a deal when Floyd bitch ass paid Madonna not to wear a pair of gloves that's totally legal, right? When Deontay Wilder's complaining about Tyson Fury gloves, right? When they was complaining about Tyson Fury gloves, right? He talking about, you know, I don't know how it's legal to wear these gloves. And you turn around, he wore the same gloves versus Malik Scott. How many of them made a video? How many of them said something? Like I said, they on Al Heyman payroll for fucking for credentials. For credentials. So imagine if Al Heyman was giving out real money, how far they'd go. They'd probably go out there and try to smoke fucking Terence Crawford. Think about that for a minute. They'd probably literally try to go out there and smoke Terence Crawford. Let's keep it real. If they doing this for credentials, so everybody in the room had the same interviews, had the same questions on their channel. They doing this for credentials. They doing this to stand next to a sweaty ass nigga. Think about that for a minute. They doing all this for credentials. So imagine if real money was involved. People saying, well, the way that, you know, PBC is you know, the way that PBC is doing things and stuff of that nature, they don't never complain. They always playing people at PBC. Always. They ain't talk about when Sam Watson was losing fucking companies and buildings left and right. Where the fuck was Al Heyman at with the money bags? Allegedly. Come on. When Al Heyman out here starving out TGB, when Al Heyman out here starving out TGB, when Al Heyman sold David Benavidez's when they sold David Benavidez's when they sold David Benavidez's you know, and look at this. This is let you know how. Look, this let you know how weak boxing ego is. The nigga ain't got no ego. He a bitch. How about that? And you can tell him I said it. He's a bitch. Look at this. With his lazy eye. Put your shades back on. Now look how look this nigga with all the subs on Twitter, right? He got a bunch of subs on Twitter. I mean on YouTube, right? Even though his shit bought and not built, right? He went from Ego's World to Errol Spence Girl, right? Look how, and I just did a couple clicks, right? So this is what they sharing, right? And look at me, like I'm a busy man this week. Trust and believe me, right? I'm a busy man. He lucky they just cleared that shit. They lucky I should have clicked on it. Hold on. He lucky I cleared that shit. But I'm gonna go find his whole ass. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Hold on. Here we go. Right, so this is what they put up, right? It's a fucking fake account. This is what he's sharing, right? This is what he's sharing. It says fighters and vendors will receive monies. Look at monies. Come on. Old after revenue gate, pay-per-view and sponsors are all accounted for. Please be patient with us. New operations. So Fight Hype tweeted out, all money ain't good money, especially when you don't get it all. Hashtag sources. So once again, like I said, they on Al Heyman payroll for nothing. You know, they probably bending over, let Al Heyman get a taste too. Y'all know what he like. How about that? Y'all know what he like. Y'all know what the man like. And he don't like Lisa Ray, and he don't like Keke Palmer. Nah, nigga, he like Kevin Gates. He like Kevin Hart. He like what did he like? Now look at the channel. Look at the tweet. It's a fake page. It's a fake page. Look. This is somebody that people trust to get their boxing news from. Right? Somebody trusts to get their boxing news from this light-skinned idiot with a lazy eye, small V6 boo. Come on. This is where they get their boxing news from an idiot. Now I can prove it even further, right? Because I'm trying to make it make sense. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it make sense. So I'm going. So this is their real page right here. And you go to tweets and retweets, and I'm looking, right? And I'm looking, for the tweet because I'm gonna investigate. That's what I do. I'm not unless it come from somebody I trust. I'm gonna investigate. Come on, that's not even a real page. It's not even a real page. It's nowhere near that. I thought they had deleted it, but I continue. That's why I told you I was multitasking, and I continue to do my homework. They gotta make up lies, bro. Juice Lee, he said the real husbands of DeSoto, Texas, doing what they do best for Bud, for super chats and ad revenue. They never wanted to fight. They never did. They said it out their own mouth. He said it out his own mouth. He said Bernie real shit, maybe the downfall. He crew over to talk a lot, but he don't be knowledgeable enough to follow up with all the info. You can't say the other pair busted, then say you ain't sure. At the end of the day, I mean, to me, it don't even matter, bro. To me, it don't matter if they busted or don't busted. Prove to me how I gave him a competitive advantage versus Avanesian. Come on. And we talking about a company in PBC, right? We talking about we ain't even talking about Everlast yet. We talking about a company in PBC that don't even make their drug testing available publicly. Come on, let's talk about the real stuff. Floyd Mayweather, them covering up alleged Floyd Mayweather drug tests. He going around screaming Pacquiao this, Pacquiao that, and he the one that's really dirty, allegedly. And it's been rumors out there for years. Freddie Roach even said in the 24/7. Come on. He out here putting injections into that nigga hand, but didn't let Manny Pacquiao get a shot in his shoulder. Let's just call a spade a spade. If this was I don't know, somebody else fighting on BLK Prime, this wouldn't got no hate. If it was Canelo, they wouldn't got no hate. Canelo was stacking his gloves. Nobody said nothing about it. Canelo got pop hot. None of these same niggas was irate about it. None of them had a problem with it. None of them. Tell me I'm lying. No, none of these dudes had a problem with it. None of them. And guys like Boxing Egos, who y'all get y'all information from, bro? When all they do is take a couple clicks to clarify that was a fake tweet. That's all I did. And I'm doing 2 or 3 things right now. I'm surfing the internet. I'm cleaning Mason eyes. And I'm monetizing videos as we talk. So boy with 1.5 eye couldn't do that. Come on. Where's your integrity? Even if you don't consider yourself a journalist, a reporter, where's your integrity as a man? But once again, all man, what did Suge Knight say? He said you born a male, but don't make you a man. Come on. It's crazy. All of this Guess what? If I don't like watching, if I don't like a certain fighter and I don't support a certain platform, whatever, I'm not gonna watch it. Newsflash: my life don't 100% revolve around boxing. Newsflash, it don't. You know, I have other interests outside of sports. Unlike boxing, ego. He said, and he don't know shit about boxing, no way. How about that? All this shit is narrative pushing to cover up for the lack of knowledge. Smack the shit out that nigga. How about that? I ain't been consistent in here for a while, but much love. Keep it up. Appreciate it, Karate Body. Niggas is jokes, bro. And they won't dare do this to the other. Dare. But then again, I wouldn't even say nothing if it was a full black hate group. Cool. We know where y'all stand at. But it's, oh, we going to support some black fighters and not all black fighters. Oh, ego mad at Bud because he went to Omaha for the Ndongo fight. He didn't give you an interview. So fucking be it, though. You know what? If he don't support my platform or whatever, and that's how I feel, guess what? I don't feel the need to have to slander a motherfucker. For what? What do I need to slander somebody for when the best slander is me not talking about it? Come on, that's my thing. Why I'm going to talk about it? Why I'm going to go back and forth with you for? You know what? I'm not going to give them no validity. But you know what? These niggas need to make $1. These dudes need to make $1. They need something to talk about. They sit here, Errol Spence sit here and cry, talk about how none of these dudes supporting the Frank Martin fight. You could talk about Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera. What's wrong with that? Come on, you can talk about who the fighter of the year is and New UA, all this different type of stuff. But then again, it continues to be soap opera shit in boxing. And even if this dude was a sole responsibility for this fight happen, the best way to kill him is to not to talk about his fight. That'll be the best way to kill him, not to talk about it, not to stream it. For what? But like I tell y'all, when they sat there and they was talking about the Violence Monterossi and Triple G fight, they was shitting on the Violence Monterossi and Triple G fight, and then they turned around and the midget went down there and covered the fight, and they got mad because I called a spade a spade. How you gonna shit on something, but then take your gas money down there and go down there and watch the fight? How? Go down there, beg for a credential. That just don't make no sense. Like, people continue to be mad at PBC for not credentialing certain channels. Why the fuck you keep applying? For what? You can go to the event, go to the hotel, get the same interviews. Trust and believe me. Matter of fact, I could do you one better. You could take the money that you're making, start, build you a real shit, build you a website, build an Instagram, take a workshop on it, build it all up, and go get an NBA credential. Go get an NFL credential. How about that? Go get credential for the NHL. Go get credential for MLS. Get credential for the World Cup or something like that. For the Senior Bowl of Mobile, for the NFL Combine, and etc. Think bigger than boxing. Boxing is a smidget compared to all of that. How do that? Do it that way. But you know what? When you get into those type of categories, you got to know what you're talking about. In boxing, you can wing it because they ain't fighting. You can wing it and lie and say, well, I'm correct on 10 straight fights, but then there's no track record or videos of you breaking down and putting together fights. There's no track record. So it's to the point where you got Fight Hype saying, well, all money ain't good money and this, that, and the third. All this type of shit. They on Al Heyman payroll and all that. Cool. That is what it is. They gonna be with Floyd. They're gonna be with Floyd. Floyd gonna make sure Ben Thompson stay working. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. We could talk about the articles they wrote about Andre Ward ducking Miguel Kessler and shit. But then Andre Ward get mad when you make a comment about the interview that Fred did. But then the nigga don't get mad at Ben Thompson. Ben Thompson sit there and Fight Hype slander Terence Crawford. But then the niggas get mad when you say something bad about Terence Crawford. They get mad at you. That's why I said I have no desire to interview. I have no desire to interview nobody but the trainers. And people that work behind the scenes and people that do the money and the sanction about bodies. Other than that, I don't have no desire, bro. As soon as you say something, niggas making phone calls, or take this video down, take this interview down, or niggas acting funny. Who got time for that shit? It's just too much sensitivity, too much Ross Transvent going on in boxing. Too much emotion, too much estrogen going on in boxing. You make a joke, a nigga take it serious, and then y'all beefing. You know, I ain't got time for that, bro. I want to have a free for all opinion and not have to worry about getting a phone call or I got time for that shit, dude. It's just too much sensitivity going on. Too much. Too much sensitivity. Come on. And then people ain't even got the wherewithal to do a couple clicks and find out that it was a fake tweet. It's crazy. And if Terence Crawford wasn't affiliated with them, he was on his knuckles and not fighting. Niggas would be happy about that. Oh, Crawford ain't got no fight coming up. Oh, Crawford on. Oh man, I heard Crawford pawning jewelry. I heard Crawford doing this. I heard Crawford doing that. Oh, when Crawford fighting, but nobody ever say nothing about Errol Spence. Errol Spence ain't got no fight coming up. He supposed to be coming back in February. Ain't shit lined up. Ain't no Andy's coming out. Ain't no scissors coming out. Terence Crawford ain't had to. Here come Errol Spence on Terence Crawford fighting. Like, oh, I got into an accident. I got a T-shirt. Dude, if Bud was irrelevant and y'all drove Bud's value down, I just don't understand it. Why you clout chasing on the nigga? Nobody cared. Nobody even knew Charlo and Tim Tszyu had a press conference until the Terence Crawford question came up. Come on, Showtime on life support. They should be trying to hold hands. They should be on a Zoom call together, trying to put their heads together on how to keep Showtime afloat. They should. Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence should be about to fight. They really should. They should be about to fight. If it comes down to saving the company, here comes Jermell Charlo. It's everything but, let me fight Terence Crawford. Why not? Marvin Hagler made a living off of it. Oscar De La Hoya brought 147 Floyd Mayweather up to 54. Bernard Hopkins bought Trinidad, De La Hoya, you name it, he brought him. Some of the biggest middleweight fights had to do with welterweights, Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler. Or guys moving up in general. Mugabe moving up to 160 to fight Marvin Hagler. Mike McCallum moved up. And we just talked about this other day, gave James Toney. Old McCallum gave James Toney. Damn, Curry scored 27 in the first quarter. No, 27. The Warriors still down 20 in Indianapolis. Wow. Gave him so gave him everything he wanted and some. So this is I just look at people who got platforms on boxing, and ain't nothing but pushing drama and controversy. And I understand, hey, you know what? Most of these fans like the drama, but where your IQ at? Where your due diligence at? Come on, you owe these dudes due diligence. All our ego had to do was a couple clicks, like I did. And like I said, I'm busy, but I come on, a couple clicks, all was fake. But you mad at somebody for not giving you an interview? Like, I get it, bro. I get it, but you know what? I ain't gonna hold no grudge against somebody. I'm just gonna move on. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just move on. That's what you do when people show you who they are. Guess what? You keep them where they at. That's next time they won't trick you. That's the type of shit I be on. I just move on. That's like if you texting a girl, right? Y'all texting back and forth, and then you always texting first. Or she always give a slow response, but she never texts you first, whatever. You flip the role, you don't hear from her again. Guess what? You put her where you put her at. You put her where you put her at. You know how it go. If you got a chick that you just, y'all just kicking it. I'm just, say it like that. Y'all just messing around. Come on. You put her where you put her at. You can't get mad when she start messing with somebody else. Y'all just kicking it. That's just what it is. That's the extent of a relationship. Guess what? If I know Crawford fighting again and I really want to see him fight Errol Spence, guess what? I'm not gonna go in there with the expectations where I'm gonna interview him. Or he's gonna give a nice long press conference interview. I'm not gonna come with the expectation. And I had a video that's coming tomorrow, and I said one thing, man, that I learned in life. Sometimes, man, the best thing to do is not say nothing at all. It's just watch and listen. And if you watch and listen, you observe, you will see a lot of the stuff that's happening before it happened. You will know where to put people at. Sometimes, like I said before, I don't have too many conversations at work. I come in to do my job and put my head on going out. A lot of people ain't got to say nothing to me. If I don't say hi to most people, guess what? I know they're not gonna say hi to me first, because you know what? I know where to put them at. I know if I'm cutting the corner or I'm looking at my phone and they come around the corner, of course they about to go tell. Of course they about to go snitch. You know what I'm saying? You put them where you put them at. Like if you somewhere out and about, you know what I'm saying? And you see a girl always at the store, grocery store, staring at you. Eventually, come on, you're going to chop it up, right? Like, yeah, what's going on? Woo-woo. You know what I'm saying? You going, okay, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And either, she going to try, hey, boom, boom, boom. But if you see a girl and she always going the other way or give you the stank eye, guess what? I'm not going to approach you. No time for that. It's always the same shit. Why would I walk down the street and I know this German Shepherd going to chase me every day? I know if I walk past his house when I'm coming home from school or work, he going to chase me. I'm going to take the long route. I'm going to just go around and find another route. That's just life. You can't force people. You can't force people to be what you want them to be. You can't force situations to be what you want them to be. The best thing you can be about a situation is real. That's the best thing you can do about a situation. Peep it. Okay, I know how to play it. That's all you can do about a situation. If you don't like the man, so be it. I ain't mad. There's a lot of fighters I don't like. Boxing fan 037 say Spence guy talk like Spence sent the contract over to Bud. He didn't sign anything. Al is not going to allow the fight to happen ever. He's going to keep it all in house. Doesn't want to lose money. He losing money keeping it all in house. Appreciate your super chat. Regardless, he losing money keeping it all in the house. Come on, he don't make in-house fights. Why can't we just move on? If Tank and Ryan Garcia is so big, why we just can't move on to that? Why we can't just move on to that? If it's so big, why we stuck on this? If Planet Benavidez is so big, you know what I'm saying? Why we just can't be talking about that, building that fight up? That's what I don't understand. But we still talking about the same stuff. We still talking about the same stuff. And then they turn around and try to be pro-black and be like, well, put the fist up in the air and all that. Get out of here, bro. And we can't sit here and get mad at people for slandering Wilder and our own community slandering Terence Crawford. We can't get mad at people for turning a blind eye for what Canelo Alvarez do and get away with, right? We all harder on Terence Crawford than y'all are on Canelo Alvarez. Same thing with Errol Spence. A lot of people say, well, Errol Spence on steroids. He on steroids. And they spend so much time, the Charlo's on this or this guy on that. But then again, it's like they give guys like Canelo Alvarez a pass. Don't nobody give Canelo a pass like black people do. Jamal Charlo is mandatory. They created a belt to get him out of there. Why you ain't giving that energy to Canelo? Say what you want to say about Jamal Charlo. He earned his spot to be a mandatory, to be the mandatory for Canelo, and he found a way out of that. But he went to go fight Billy Joe. He went to fight Callum Smith like he about to fight John Ryder. He went to fight Caleb Plant. Come on, you fought Danny Jacobs. Why not fight Jamal Charlo? Nobody got a problem with that. Nobody had a problem when TGB and them leaked out. And I leaked it out. I said it first. that he was gonna fight Caleb Plant, David Benavidez, and Earl Spence Jr. Nobody had a problem with that. Nobody was like, damn, he really is ducking Terence Crawford. Imagine if Crawford's name was in the shit like that. Well, you know, Crawford's gonna fight I don't know, Jamal and Golovkin and then fight Canelo. Or some shit like, oh, he gonna fight Sean and Thurman and then he gonna fight Canelo with a catchweight. Well, yeah, he does sound like he ducking Errol Spence to me. Come on. Oh, he from Omaha, nigga. What do it matter where somebody from? What do it matter? Nigga be from the mean streets of Philly and a nigga from Pleasantville can whoop his ass. Trust and believe. Cause nigga won't give an interview. How many times Al Heyman gave y'all interviews and I don't see y'all got nothing bad to say about Al Heyman. Not a bad thing to say about him. Y'all don't got nothing bad to say about Al Heyman. Nothing bad to say about Al Heyman. He don't interview with y'all. He don't give you justification. Nothing. You get Sam Watson get out there telling you a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors, and that's what it is. If Ivan Ejian was complaining, cool. Run off with it. Run off with it. Everlast came out and said, well, we made a mistake on the gloves. There was a bad batch, and apparently it was a whole bad batch about the gloves. And apparently it was something that Ivan Ejian team, it was something that Ivan Ejian team didn't pick up on. Next time they know. The next time they know, okay, this is what you look for. And maybe it's maybe nothing you can look for. You get the punching and moving around on them horsehair gloves, and that's what it is. And they, in this case, it start ripping. Maybe you something you can't pay attention to. Maybe it's something to you next time you ask them to hit the gloves or something, hit the bag or whatever. I don't know. Are you allowed to break them in because they got to come fresh out the factory sealed bag, right? But it don't matter what he do. People made up in their mind that they hate him, and that's cool, fine and dandy. But don't sit here when people make up their mind why they don't like Deontay Wilder, why they don't like Clarissa Shields, why they don't like this guy, why they don't like that guy. Don't try to turn into Dr. Phil and try to put people on the bed and figure out why you don't like him. Why let it be. Y'all going out y'all way to assassinate this man. That man ain't did nothing. If he don't want to interview, so be it. Same people praise Marshawn Lynch for not interviewing with the media. He said somebody twisted some words. He don't like talking to the media. Terence Crawford, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. Cool. Those same channels were actually saying Spence could beat Canelo. Fine. They were saying he could beat David Benavidez too. We didn't forget they actually right. I hope we get some great fights in 2023. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if we don't, man, I'm going to keep it moving, man. I'm going to keep it moving. I'm going to always do some type of boxing, but I'm going to just keep it moving. I can't sit here. I got too much shit I got in the works to sit here to plan on counting on boxing, man. I'm about to run up $1 million next year, bro. More than $1 million. How about that? And I'm more than welcome to show people how to do it once I figure it out. Can't wait till this year's over. I'm going to detach myself from this boxing circle. I'm going to keep the real. It's crazy. Then they like to use boots as a battering ram. Fine. But it's the same. It's the same thing. Keep going on in boxing instead of just fighting. I mean, we in a situation where y'all can fight. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all literally can fight. I think inactivity aged Big Charlo against Monty. He didn't train, bro. He ain't trained. Just like Jamil didn't train for Castanos. He ain't trained. You know what? And like I said before, somebody said, I thought you hated Jamil. I don't hate Jamil Charlo. I think he a fantastic fighter. He been in my pound for pound list, by the way. But when you do stupid shit, I guess what? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna try to keep it as real as possible. Sometimes it's hard to come on here and you see your favorite fighter get knocked the fuck out. You know how hard it was to watch Adrian Broner get beat on by Madonna? That shit was hard, bro. I've still not watched that complete fight. We was on a video chat back in the day when they had Google Plus. We was on a hangout chat, bro. Like I went to bed, bro. I still haven't watched that whole fight. You know how hard that was to watch Madonna beat the dog walking crap out of Adrian Broner. I've watched a lot of hellacious fights. I watched Hagler, Hearns from Detroit. I still watch Hearns and Hagler from time to time. I mean, Hearns and Leonard from time to time, the first one. So, it happens. Darnell Thompson, so let me get this straight. Ego butthurt because he didn't. Exactly. That's why everybody mad. And they got mad because he didn't interview with Town. That's the LDBC got mad. And Tom said he didn't really take it personal. He said, cool. He said he did the same thing that Ellie said back. He said, I was cool with it, but everybody ran off. That was another one they ran off with. Guess what? If it's like if a girl tell me, like, no, I'm not interested, cool. Even if she go off like, you motherfucking, you woo, nigga, nah, you ugly, yeah, cool. All right. Appreciate it. Keep moving. I was at Olive Garden today, right? Stopped to get something to eat and shit. I ain't even ate my shit yet. I swear this girl was black. I don't know, bro. I think she was black. I don't know. She was fine, right? And they on a date with this white guy. The color really don't matter, right? But I was still trying to think in my head. I really couldn't tell if she was black and white. That's still in my head. But long story short, it's cold. Niggas, she had a little mink on, whatever. So I'm sitting in the car at the curb service. I had just walked in and walked out. I thought I was gonna break it out. So I walk in. They walk in or whatever. I'm just watching. I'm just getting ready to pull off. And she opened the door for herself. He walked behind her. She opened the door for herself. So I'm figuring like maybe they not together. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking in my head. Maybe they not together. They younger too. So maybe they not together. But apparently, me being nosy, they end up walking in and getting a table together. And I'm just like, bro, some small stuff like that can become game changers for you young men. Pulling out a chair. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you seriously like kicking it with somebody. A lot of that could be the difference, bro. Like holding the door. I mean, a lot of times you might see a chick that you want to shoot your shot at, wherever y'all at, and holding the door for her might be an icebreaker. Helping her with her laundry might be a carry it, might be an icebreaker. Or sometimes you just do nice shit. That's just what you could do. So you never know. A good deed go a long way. I work with a dude, before I went to college to wash dishes at the NBC Suite and stuff. And a dude told me that this black guy, gave him a penny for a tip every day, right? And at the end of the week, I guess he stayed a week. Excuse my murkiness, nigga. I was 18 years old. And he said at the end of the day, the guy said, you still got the pennies I gave you? And he said, for every penny you kept, I'm going to give you $100 tip. So whatever penny he still had from the tip, I forget what he said he had. He didn't have them all. But he had he should have had 7 days worth of pennies. The dude would have gave him $700. So you never know, you know what I'm saying, who you talk to. I see somebody post something on Twitter too and said a guy was just filming videos and posted them on YouTube. He got a couple hundred. Like I retweeted you, check my tweet. She said he was just getting hundreds of likes, and Oprah seemed that he filmed her and gave him a job. So you never know, attitude go a long way. And that's something with these young girls. They got nasty attitudes. They kind of, them girls that's that 16 and 25 range, a lot of them got like messed up attitudes. You never know, saying hi, smiling, holding the door, helping somebody in the car. You never know what that can lead to. And not even just a direct correlation. Your good deed, I'm a huge believer. I don't believe in religion and all that type of stuff like that. I believe in a higher being and stuff. I don't believe in a specific religion. But one thing I do believe in is what you put into life, it come back to you. I'm a firm believer that karma and energy. Yeah, I believe Jamal is still the best out of them. Yeah, I can't argue. Montiel was just awkward and switch hitter. Nigga, he ain't trained, trust me. Man, I still remember Broner Madonna lost to so much on that fight, bruh. That's the fight I stopped listening to sparring partners on. I just leave it at that. The ref checked blood, gloves in the ring, so it don't matter what these clowns say. Mass disruption. Fact, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Sterling Floyd was a hard fight to watch today, seeing how Floyd Sr. turned out. Yeah, he got shot too. That's the end of his career. Watched that fight once and never again. I never watched the whole fight. Shout out to Sumter Skate with Calhoun. Salute. I remember the knockdown of the Adrian Broner to this day. I remember kind of watching the highlights of him walking out and them throwing popcorn and drink at him and shit. I was like, damn, 913 Boxer, what's going on, bro? They just gave egos. They just have ego. It ain't even about ego, bro. One thing I like about Regis Progress, you could tell them like, man, you ain't this. I'm gonna show you. He used it as motivation. He said, I'm not watching no chick. Well, no. I didn't say wash. I said help her with her laundry, like carry her bag or carry her hamper, some shit like that. That's what I meant. Not doing the bitch laundry. We're doing her laundry. I mean like helping her with her bags and stuff. So that's what I meant, not actually doing the chick laundry. But hey, to each his own. But what's so funny, everybody, has a definition on what simp is. And you be like, well, I paid for the first day. Nigga, you a simp. Nigga, you a simp. Nigga, you a simp. Hey, once again, that's another one of them subjective words. I'll leave it at that. Simp is a very subjective word. When one person, one man might think it's a good deed, another nigga you might be a simp. But one thing you got to think about too, Mar, is everybody got different goals. Some dudes just want companionship. So some of these dudes may just, like paying a woman to be around. Y'all got some questions I'll answer them. Some dudes might just like having people around, so they pay people to keep them around. They pay a woman to keep them around. You look at this old dude. What's the old dude that married that Anna chick? The old dude, the big titties, Anna Nicole chick. I think that's her name. What was he doing with her? Just filling her titties and her booty. That's it. Some people just like companionship. I'm not the type of person that just want people, and a lot of that is like drug dealer shit. Like they got a lot of sack chasers around. When Shorty Low had passed away, I remember it was a report where the two women he was with kind of stripped him of his jewelry and money when he passed away. I think it was a car crash, whatever. They took all the money and jewelry off of him and kept him moving. So at the end of the day, I mean, when you talk about simp behavior, bro, that's a very subjective word. Like you might call me a simp because I said, "Oh boy, probably should have held the door for old girl." I think you a simp. Some people might say that. Now it's becoming a thin line, like he said, between chivalry and simp. I'm gonna hold the door regardless for somebody. Regardless, male, female, old woman, you need help, cool. Sometimes you hold the door and some people be like, y'all got questions I answer them, by the way. Again, you might hold the door and some people might not say thank you. You might be coming through a door and they don't hold the door for you. Hey, at the end of the day, I try to do that type of stuff just because that's how I was raised. Shout out to Sparks. But yeah, that's a nice conversation to have about chivalry and being a simp. Everybody have a lot of just two different things about it. You could be a cold-blooded nigga and still be with a hoe. Hoe I'm training ain't simping. Some niggas say it will be. There's some person out there that say it will be today. A lot of these niggas be going overboard. But like I was saying, like a simple deed can knock down a lot of doors. Can knock down a lot of doors. But I was just looking at this and I seen people like Lion Killer make videos, and I knew when his gloves burst open, I said to myself, yeah, that's gonna be. I mean, at the end of the day, it's keeping his name popping. But this fight should have happened, y'all. And but at the end of the day, if it would have happened, just like the Sean Porter fight, the Kell Brook fight, when they said, well, I don't think he could beat Sean Porter or Kell Brook or whatever, it still would have been some type of excuse. Terence Crawford vindication would have been beating up on Errol Spence's ass, but somebody still would have moved the goalposts. And that's boxing. Believe me, that's boxing. Trust and believe me. When you got an opinion, even in UFC, when you got an opinionated sport, even a knockout can be opinionated. Well, he didn't give him a standing 8 count. Come on. Who started glove gate stuff? I don't know who started it. It's a thing. Because y'all got Lion Killer talking about it. He really don't talk about boxing no more. It's a thing. So, peppermint frosty. I'm just not a peppermint guy. I like peppermint, but I'm not a peppermint guy. Now when it comes to frosties and shit. They was giving out free peppermint shakes at Chick-fil-A the other day. Chick-fil-A be good as hell. I ain't gonna lie. That should be consistent. That's the best thing about it. It's consistent. Sometimes at McDonald's, they give you 1 cheese on your Big Mac. They might give you 2. You might get none. He said people learned a lot even today from looking at TV and social media that they have to know that ain't real life. People are too prideful. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, pride come before the fall. When bust out Earl, they gonna say still move the goal. Of course, that's why I'm telling you, I'm gonna still move the goalpost. Look at Deontay Wilder. Fury did it 3 times. excuse would have been, oh, he stayed at 47 too long. Yep, the car accident, all that type of stuff. And you notice how Spence fueled this shit with the T-shirt and getting on live with the car accident right when Terence Crawford about to fight. He fueled this. And Terence Crawford, like, he really at peace with it, bro. Just looking at him at the press conference stuff, you just feel bad for the guy. I know you don't want to say this. I feel bad for the guy. I feel bad for the people that just want to get back to talk about boxing and fights. That's all. We just want to talk about fights. Messing with the glove game, Buzz is skill for skill, 2 for 2, better than everybody in the sport. And he out to prove that. And it's so messed up that he might not get the opportunity to prove so. Ain't that crazy? And if he dropped the WB at Bowl tomorrow and say, well, I'm gone. I'm going to 54 or whatever. If he dropped that belt tomorrow, watch how fast PBC we got that belt. If Ivan won, Ivan be signing PBC right now. The car wreck was the same night. Man, come on. I know. Apparently it is what it is. Get your clout up. They gave me these chocolates and shit at work, man. They gave us a nice ass Christmas gift bag for sure. Tell my girl, I'm gonna give you these chocolates. I want them chocolates. I ain't opened my shit yet. At all. G-Man, is it me or does Bud look like a big welterweight? It kind of looked like that in the Sean Porter fight. You acclimate to the weight. And also, probably he was a little bit bigger, too, already in between fights for waiting a year. So, he didn't grow into the weight. I think you started to see that in the Sean Porter fight. He grew into it. You let him grow into it, and then he's 35 years old, so your bone density is changing. The older you get, the bone density. So, he said he looked ready for 54, or he I don't know about 60. But he didn't filled in, but 60 a whole different ball game. 54 a whole different ball game. That's just, 54 the type of division. Real talk, you go get a belt, you just get the fuck up out of there. That's it. It ain't somewhere you stay in there and you bang it out. Trust and believe. Somebody you go get a belt at 54 and just or you take a shot at the dude with all the belts and then that's it. You don't stay there and thug it out with Tony Harrison, Lubin, and all them. You don't stay there and thug it out with them. For what? It's all risk, little reward. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. All risk, little reward. So he said Bud and Boo Boo, 2 of my favorite fighters, and both are being denied opportunity to be great. GK Black, Boo Boo, a lot of self-inflicted business moves. Hold on real. My bad. Had a phone call. Hold on, man. Jesus Christ. My bad. Hey. Oh my God, bro. I'm about to say, bro. Jesus Christ. He said no, he looked 60 on fight night. Definitely not 60, 54 for sure. I think he should fight how he fought at 35, more boxing and movement. The older you get, that movement, you can't move like that. PBC offered Boo Boo 180K for a fight now. That's just disrespectful. Which fight? The Charlo fight? That mean they weren't trying to fight. That's what that meant. They weren't trying. They didn't want to make the fight. Support the channel, Cash App, $CJ Good 313. He said Harrison is undervalued figure. his skill set not respected by the media. I mean, shit, his 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 entertainment value ain't value neither. That's something that the boxing they missing the boxing too. The way he talks shit. What you think about Boo Boo at PBC? I heard he was just Showtime. He ain't even really with PBC, so he just signed to Showtime. But it's basically the same thing. Nothing. He ain't had nowhere else to go. Wasn't too much to talk about. Hold on. Wasn't too much to talk about. So that was what it was. I agree they didn't want to make the fight. They don't want to make no fights over there. Shit. Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz. You know, they ain't make a lot of fights they refused to make. Tank and Gary, Hurd and Charlo, the whole nine. So I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you got to just eat it and live with it. He said I could see Bud practicing for the Earl fight versus Ivory, rolling with the power, catching the hooks early to break the balance, etc. The dude's a master for real. Good. But they ain't trying to make that happen. And Errol Spence know it. So he said Gary Russell's inactive. He hurt his shoulder too, but yeah, before that too. People say what they want about Boo Boo, but there's no denying he's one of the greatest talents in boxing in the world. Yep, he just never got a chance to show it. Never got a chance to show it. Then Orlando Magic scored 50 points in the Hawks in the first quarter. Jesus Christ. 50 in the first? That's wild. I got any other questions? Well, I got y'all on here to ask about anything boxing related. I answer it before I hop in the shower. Shit, woman. Everybody think I'm about to get back up and go drop something off, even if it is around the corner. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. He said Regis for undisputed push at 40. He got a lot of politics working against him. PBC and Top Rank got that division, but he owned a piece. I think he could do it right now. I think he could. That's it, man. That's all, folks. Here, hold on. Hold on. Okay, we got some more questions for sure. Keep asking them. What's good? Let's talk about our Venetian team said. What their team say? Let's send it to me. I don't know what David our Asian team said. I would like to hear what they said. Just ask that. What they say. So I don't know. He said, "What's the best Hopkins fight in your opinion?" The Kelly Pavlik fight. The Pavlik fight. Who you got? Rivera Martin. I got the dude from Detroit. I'm not too high on Michelle Rivera. He said they ain't calling for no rematch. I mean, that's what I'd be doing, though. That's what I'd be doing, though. I'll be calling for the rematch. He said rumors they trying to petition to change to no contest. Okay. Cool. They should have been petitioning to stop the fight then. I'd be doing the same shit. You know, imagine no, I'm telling you the power of the internet. Imagine nobody was talking about that on the internet. Imagine nobody was talking about it. Would they bring it up? No. So it's cool. They're gonna feed off of it. So we'll see what happens. Wonder if they involve Nevada in this. Due to the busted gloves. All right. Like I said before, it is what it is. He said Rivera might get stopped. Team Avenir said they weren't allowed to check the gloves, and the commission didn't allow them to check buds. They should. They're right. They're right. They should have been allowed to check the gloves and been allowed to see if they wanted to continue or not. That is 100% correct. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, was the gloves busted? So I don't know. So they need to be investigated if they have it. Avenir don't want that beat down no more. Shit, he probably like that check. Shit for sure. But it is what it is. I'm not surprised. I used that opportunity to erase the L off my record too. I used that same opportunity. Why not? But as they should. You wonder if nobody was talking about it, would that even be a factor? Ask yourself that. If nobody was talking about it, would that even be in the conversation right now? You know? But they should have been allowed to look at them gloves. I do agree. I do agree. I do agree with that. But he's Avenesian needs to investigate that. Of course. Why not? I don't think it's gonna change nothing. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's gonna change nothing. But yeah, you gotta do your due diligence. Your life on the line. But it's the most hated boxer. I won't say ever. Um, I guess you ain't heard of Larry Holmes. Ain't nobody like Larry Holmes, and ain't shit Larry Holmes did to deserve that. I think Larry Holmes might be the most hated fighter ever. White people hate him. Black people hated him. I mean, shit. Terence Crawford might have been the most hated, black fighter by black people since Larry Holmes. We can have that. You can have that. You can make that case. That's why I love Larry Holmes, though. All that adversity. That's what life is about, is overcoming adversity. And he got all that hate because he had to fight Muhammad Ali. And I think if he had to do it over again, I don't think he would have did it. But I would have told him do it. Shit, ain't shit you could do about it. Shit, you got your title shot. You know, you got your title shot. So, Ali wanted to stand in your way. He had to get beat up. He wanted the shot, title, whatever. Yeah, he had to get beat up. Nice payday. But he said a woman, I forget what I was watching. It's a documentary. It was 30 for 30. And he said a woman came up to him out the blue. I think he said he was in Vegas or something. She said, "I hate you." he said he said she came up to me and said, "I hate you for what you did to Muhammad Ali." I'm like, damn. Shit. What can you do about that? Explain how the defect part of the gloves both busted on the same exact part on both gloves. I'm sure to me it's a defect. That show is a defect. They said something about it, Black Prime. Everlast. That shows a defect. What you want me to say? The gloves change one wouldn't have stopped Avenesian from getting KO'd. That his corners as you said the delegation of duty maybe. He said Bud reminds me of Larry's style and demeanor in the ring. He got a little bit more power, a lot more power. His weight class. Larry Holmes' jab was elite. Who'd you match AJ with next? He could fight Dillian White or Jermaine Franklin. Sports Channel, Venmo, CJ Good 313, and Mike Whoop Larry asked for. Man, that nigga Larry Holmes came off the couch. He was retired. He came off the couch. He said, "Wow, the dereliction, whatever of duty." So Spence busted up Bud, and then they stopped his glove busted. The seams are in the contract. And the contract bus team couldn't check the glove. Okay, what you want to do about it, bro? Change to a no contest if that make you feel better. What you want to do about it? What you want to do? Not everybody give a fuck about David Avenesian. And then y'all just saying y'all didn't know the nigga. What you want her to do? He said, I was just watching Holmes and Spinks the other day. So Everlast said they found that it was a defect in the leather. Okay, I mean, shit, shouldn't he be suing Everlast too? I hate when you means take me now. I mean, hate you mean take me now, my dingo. He said if he was retired off the couch, Ali was too. Man, Mike Tyson ain't beat the real Larry. Real Larry Holmes beat the dog walk shit out of Mike Tyson. And we all know it. But so Bud knocked out Parisian with the thumb. I can see if he backhanded that nigga. But let me get out of here, man. I'm about to go eat and go to bed. Probably play some Call of Duty and go to bed. But I appreciate y'all, man. This will be on the Amazon Music, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast in the morning. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That's even worse. The Everlast been new gloves had a defect and the commission allowed it. I don't know if they've been new. They've been new, they wouldn't have found the gloves, but I don't know what you're getting at. I just don't understand what you're getting at. Well, what the fuck you want the man to do about the gloves? Black Prime put Bud Fight on their YouTube page for free. I heard that. Said the real Ali would have beat Holmes. Yeah, for sure. That's fucking Muhammad Ali. Shit. But peace. That's Muhammad fucking Ali, but he wouldn't have beat Mike Tyson. Larry Holmes wouldn't have beat Mike Tyson. Larry Holmes would beat the shit out of Mike Tyson. Come on. He said Mike would have knocked Larry Holmes out in the first 7. All Larry after that would have had to knock man. Larry Holmes was at had a jaw on him. Mike Tyson would have had 4 rounds, 5 rounds max, and then he would have been in trouble. But peace.